Okay, so the power cable wasn't plugged in all the way, and that's why I wasn't getting the indication here. I heard a tone that I'm familiar with that told me the battery was low and it was going to shut off. That's a little warning tone. It's a little beep, beep, beep sort of thing, and then you kind of have to start looking around for why is it making that noise. And the reason was because the power cable was not plugged in all the way into the transformer, which is that device right there. The other side here, it wasn't pushed in all the way. That end goes to the power, and this end goes to the machine. So just got to make sure that that's plugged in all the way. And now we can start preparing to do the scan. So it comes up with the frequency on general, okay? That's this right here. GEN right there. So the way you change your frequency, and you can see it says GEN right there, is of course, like I said before, whatever's listed here is controlled by these buttons right here. So we have GEN. So if I push this button down or just push the bottom end of it, you'll see it change to PEN. PEN stands for penetration. And it's a rotating thing, so I think I can go yes. Either way, so if I just keep pressing this, it rotates through gen, pen, and res. Res is resolution. So that's the highest frequency that we can have with this probe. There's also this button right down here, THI. That is tissue harmonic imaging. And so when we push that button, you see THI show up here. And that tells you you're in that range of frequencies. So you have two totally different ranges. You have the THI range, which has a res, which has a gen, which has a penetration. And then you have the standard frequencies that will give you more penetration than the THI in general. So I am going to just keep it on THI for now. So you're in OB, you're fine, you can start scanning. Let's say you want to adjust the gains. You don't like the way the picture is, of course. So these are the gains, far, near, and overall. So that's really all you have. So you push, were set for transport. You can still transport it even if you don't push these in, but for proper transport, you push these and they lock in place down, push it again, it comes up. So here's the near gain. If I turn the near gain knob, you'll see what happens, okay? It changes it, okay? The mid gain and the overall gain. So we have a bunch of different settings and ways to control this device. And you just turn these knobs based on what you're seeing on the screen. Too bright down here, probably want to go with the mid and turn it down so that it's darker. Not enough, turn it up so you get more. If the whole screen looks too dark or too bright, you want to adjust the whole screen, the whole image, I should say. Okay, that's that. Now, depth. Your baby is down here. You only see the top part of it. Well, you want to go down deeper so you see the baby. So you push this button right here, depth down, and you'll see the image change. It goes pretty deep. And if you look over, let's see, where is that displayed? I'm not sure if oh, there it is right there. So if you look right here, you'll see how far down your penetration is. If you were to freeze this right now and you were to put a caliper, which there's the caliper. If I were to put this caliper and you operate this with the mouse, I push caliper and then I hit touching with the mouse, and you put it all the way to the top of the screen, right on the very edge of the curve, and that is green, so that means that caliper is operational. Now I want to make this green so I can move it down. So then I hit select, and it will change the other side to green like it just did. Now when I move the mouse, that one goes. So if I go all the way down to the very edge, and I can barely see it, but it's right about there, notice what it's saying my depth is, 21.7 centimeters. I have the depth set on the maximum of 22. So that's very accurate in what you're seeing. If I go down farther in depth, now the image is frozen, so I have to unfreeze it, and there goes my caliper, it's gone. It says I'm at the max. I'm going down, there's no more. I can't go any deeper. So we can go up higher, and you see the number change to shallower, and that's just how that works. So if I wanted to measure something, of course, I would hit freeze. I would hit freeze like that. And then I would go over to the calc setting, which is right here, calc. So calc, and then it's going to say, what do you want to measure? Gestational sac is what it comes up with first, crown rope length, BPD, HC, so on and so forth. So again, you use your mouse and you can select whatever one you want. Let's say CRL. Once I go over CRL, I want to hit select. It brings up the calipers. Again, you use your mouse pad to move the caliper. If I like where I set that one, then I hit select and it moves it to the other one. And now once I've got that selected where I want it, if let's say, okay, I want to move the other caliper again, I hit select again, I can move the other caliper. Okay, so let's say I'm happy with that right there. And it's telling you all along what your measurement is equal to. So then I want that set and I want to save that. I want to hit the save button right here. So it just saved that measurement. And if I ever just want to go into the report page, you go over here to report and you hit that button and it tells you there's the gestational age by LMP on top, 8 weeks, 3 days, because that's what you put in. And there's where AUA is average ultrasound age. And by that one measurement, it says that fetus is 12 weeks and 6 days. And there you have it down here. So back to 2D. All you have to do to get back to that screen is hit this 2D button and it takes you back there again. So you're good to go. So that's really the long and short of it there. There are many other features of the machine. Let's say you want to check a heart rate. You get your fetus on the screen. You hit the M mode button, which is over here. It puts up an M mode. You move that where you want with your trackball. You hit select. Let's see. Oh, I'm sorry. I believe you hit M mode again. Yeah, there you go. You hit M mode again, and then you have your sweep. Once you're ready and you have your waveform, you hit freeze, and then you hit calc. So calc, based on what you have on, it knows what you're doing, and you should have a select button. You hit the select button again from the calc as soon as you hit the calc, and you move it over to where you want to start. You hit set. It should bring up another one, and there it is. As soon as you start scrolling, you'll see the other one. And then once you're done, you hit select there. You're good. You're happy. You just put save. And then it tells you down here whatever the heart rate is, 73 beats per minute. I believe you skip one on this, so you know it will show you. In other words, you select a beat, and then you have another one, and you skip one, and you put it on the one afterwards. Then you click the save button. So if that's not correct, then just move it in one. I'm not sure right now. Okay, so back to 2D, back to scanning. You know, again, if you're on harmonics and you're not getting the picture you want, change the frequency first thing. So you're not getting what you want to change to the standard frequencies. You take the harmonics off first by hitting the THI button. That takes the harmonics off. Now I have more. Now I'm actually at the maximum penetration because I'm in the standard frequencies, and it says penetration up there. So that's kind of how you operate the frequency changes. If for some reason I wanted to change the transducer and go from the curved belly probe to the transvaginal probe, then you would basically, to do it right, you would want to shut this down. Okay, and you can keep those knobs up that are poking up, and you'll want to turn the machine on its side gently and hold it with the other hand. Untwist that, and then, let me see if I can do that. Yeah, I can do it. Okay, so I'm going to untwist this, and I'm going to take this off. I get my transvaginal probe. I put it on, make sure it's lined up right, and then I snap it into place, turn it down, just being mindful of this connection here, and then I can go back to business. Okay, it's a pretty versatile little machine. So you just don't ever want to lift the machine up this way and change the transducer, because you will damage this connection. And since this machine is very, very old, there are no parts for this machine. Once it breaks, it is done. So that's why we have to take really good care of this little thing. So that's about all there is to it at this point in time.